Hello friends, this is chapter 10. What it is showing here now, because this is chapter taken from the old NCERT books. So last chapter in the new NCERT books was this 9, life in the desert. But life in the temperate grassland I have taken from the old NCERT. In that old NCERT, this was the chapter 10. So for our point of view of preparation for examinations, UPSC and PCS and other examination, this is very important chapter for us. So friends, this is the last chapter, life in the temperate grasslands. Just as forest can be defined as the place where trees are the main type of vegetation, grassland defined as region where grass from the dominant types of plant life. Grassland make up almost a quarter of the total land surface. The types of plants that grow here greatly depend on what the climate and soil are like. As climate play an important role in formation of grassland, it is generally used as a basis to divide the world grassland into the two broad categories: those that occur in temperate region and those that occur in the tropical regions. So, world grassland divided into two regions: temperate and tropical regions. So tropical regions are nearby to equator, and temperate zones are beyond after these tropics of Capricorn and tropics of Capricorn, Cancer and Capricorn. So we will talk about some temperate and tropical regions. So the prairie, the temperate grassland of North America. The temperate grassland of North America are known as the prairies. It is a region of the flat, gently sloping or hilly land. For the most part, prairies are tree-less, but near the low-lying plains, flanking river valley, woodland can be found. Tall grass up to 2 meter height dominate the landscape. It is actually a sea of grass. The prairies are bound by the Rocky Mountains in west, Rocky Mountains in the west, and the Great Lakes in the east. Look at the map of North America. You can see that the prairies cover part of the United States of America and part of Canada. In the USA, the area is drained by the tributaries of the Mississippi, and the Canadian prairies are drained by the tributaries of Saskatchewan rivers. So here it is that prairies cover the part of USA and some part of Canada. In Canada, the area is drained by the tributary of Mississippi, and the Canada prairie are drained by the tributaries of the Saskatchewan rivers. Here is the map of North America. So these prairies, grasslands. So these are this is 30 degree north. So these are the temperate zones here between 30 degree to 60 degree, and these are the prairies, and they are lying some part of USA and some part in Canada. Here is the river Saskatchewan, and here is the Mississippi. This is the Mississippi. Here in the western side there is the Rocky Mountains, and this in eastern side there is a Superior Lake. The grassland of prairies were the homes of Native American, often called the Red Indians. They were the actual inhabitants of continent. The prairie were home of other tribes also, like the Apache, the Crow, the Cree, and Pawnee. The prairie were home of other tribes like Apache, Crow, and Cree, and the Pawnee. And here is another term, that Chinook. Chinook is a hot wind that blows in the winter, therefore raises the temperature within a short time. This increase in temperature results in the melting of snow, making pasture land available for grazing of animal. Climate of this prairies, grassland, temperate zones. Being located in the heart of the continent, the climate is of continental type with extreme temperature. The summer were warm with the temperature of around 20 degree Celsius, and while in winter 20 degree minus 20 degree Celsius has been recorded in the Winnipeg, Canada. In winters, thick blanket of snow cover the region. The annual rainfall is moderate and is ideal for growth of grass. Due to the absence of the north-south barrier, a local wind Chinook will blow here. What is Chinook? We already talked it. So, due to the absence of north-south barrier, a local wind Chinook will blow here. Flora and fauna. Prairies are practically treeless, where water is available. Trees such as willow, elders, and poplars grow. Places that receive rainfall of over 50 cm are suitable for farming as the soil is fertile. So the major crop this area is maize. Other crop is including potatoes, soybean, cotton, and alfalfa is also grown. Areas where rainfall is very little or unreliable, grasses are short and scarce. These areas are suitable for cattle rearing. Large cattle farms called ranches. Large cattle farms called ranches are looked after by the sturdy man called cowboy. Bison or the American buffalo is the most important animal of this region. It nearly got extinct due to its indiscriminate hunting and is now protected species. The other animals found in this region are rabbit, coyotes, gophers, and prairie dogs. The people of this region are very hardworking. They have successfully harnessed technology to utilize their rich natural resources. Two of the most developed countries in the world, the US and Canada, are located in this region. Scientific method of the cultivation and the use of tractor, harvester, and combined machines have made North America a surplus food producer. The prairies are also known as the granaries of the world due to the huge surplus of wheat production. Dairy farming is another major industry. The dairy belt extends from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic coast in the east Atlantic. The dairy farming and extensive agriculture both promote the setting up of food processing industries. Large mineral deposits, particularly coal and iron, and a good network of road, railway, and canals in this region have made it the most industrialized region in the world. So we read about the temperate grassland, and this is another the wilds in Australia. They are in South Africa. In Australia there are Don. The wild name was given by the Dutch settlers before South Africa was colonized by the British. The temperate grassland of South Africa. This is also between the 30 degree to 30 degree, nearby 30 degree. That's why it's after 23, so it's in temperate zone. The temperate grassland of South Africa called the veld. Velds are rolling plate with a varying height ranging from 600 meter to 1100 meters. It is bounded by the Drakensberg mountain on the east. To its west lies the Kalahari Desert. East there is Ragnas, this mountain, and there is Kalahari Desert. This side, west. East side is the Drakensberg mountain. To its west lies the Kalahari Desert. On the northeast part, high veld and are located that attain a height of more than 600 meters. In some places, look at the map of Africa, name the countries that are covered by the veld. The tributaries of river Orange and Limpopo drain the region. There are two rivers, Orange and Limpopo. This is Limpopo and this is Orange. Climate. So veld lies in the southern hemisphere. When it is summer in veld, the what season would be in the prairie. Then there will be winter because that is in the opposite hemisphere climate. The veld have a climate due to the influence of the welts have a mild climate due to the influence of Indian Ocean. Winters are cold and dry. Temperature vary between 5 degrees Celsius and 10 degrees Celsius, and July is the coldest month. Summers are short and warm. Johannesburg record about 20 degree temperature in the summer. The wells receive rainfall mainly in the summer months from November to February. This is mainly because of the warm ocean current that wash the shore of the wells. If the rainfall is scanty in the winter month from June till August, drought may occur. Flora and fauna. The vegetation coverage is fierce. Grasses dominate the landscape. Red grass grow in the bushveld. In the high veld, acacia and marula are seen to be growing. The animals of the veld are primarily lion, leopards, cheetah and kudu. Pupil. Belts are known for cattle rearing and mining. The soil are not very fertile in the belts due to the presence of discontinuous grasses exposing barren surface. However, where the land is fertile, crops are grown. The main crop are maize, wheat, barley, oats and potato. Cash crop like tobacco, sugarcane and cotton are also grown. Sheep rearing is also most important occupation of the people. Sheep is bred mainly for wool and has given rise to the wool industry in the belts. Merino sheep is a popular species and their wool is very warm. Dairy farming is the next important occupation. Cattle are reared in the warmer and wetter regions, and the dairy products like butter, cheese are produced for both domestic supply and also for export. The wells have rich reserve of minerals. Iron and steel industry has developed where coal and iron are present. This is diamond mining in Kimberley. Gold and diamond mining are major occupation of people of this region. Johannesburg is also known for being the gold capital of the world. Johannesburg. Kimberley is the famous for its diamond mines. Mining of the diamond and gold in the South Africa led to the establishment of trading lines with the Britain, and gradually South Africa became a British colony. This mineral-rich area has a well-developed network of transport. So this chapter completed. There are some questions. Let us complete them. River Mississippi drains the USA. Dragonsville Mountain are the best of these wells in South Africa. Merino is a species of sheep. Kimberley is famous for diamonds. So thank you guys for watching this video, and keep me supporting. Give a thumbs up and please do like, share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you so much, friends.